Welcome to PYneappleMan with PyneappleMan. Welcome. Did you hear about the Twitch streamer Dantes and his former girlfriend Laura? About their breakup? Did you hear about it? It was drama, let me tell you. Basically, what happened is, God, this music is fucking annoying. In a tweet on X, Dantes, I'm stressed, I have no clue. Okay, let me help you right here. Okay, Dantes, a League of Legends streamer that's quite popular, broke up with his girlfriend Laura. This guy broke up with that girl. Yeah? Okay. That e-girl, apparently, is what we call her. I don't care if she's an e-girl, I don't care if she is a fucking whatever. That's not what the news is about. They broke up, these two. Let me bring you through the whole story here. Alright? He posted the following message. Laura and I broke up. While I could sit here and try for hours to explain the reason why, it all comes down to one simple truth. I am not ready for a relationship. From the get-go, I told her that my career would be my first priority. She always did everything she could to accommodate that fact, whether it was bringing me food, supporting me after a bad day, encouraging me when I was down, or just being an ear that could listen to all my problems. She was, in all ways possible, everything I ever wanted. The problem is, however, that relationships are about compromise. Seeing her taking steps back in her own life and career in order to support me, while I was unwilling and unable to do the same for her, is just something that over time took its toll on me mentally. Probably also on her. I just came to the realization that the very foundation of our relationships wasn't something that I was willing to do, and as a result made the decision to end things. I won't pretend that I know if I made the right choice or not. The only thing that I can say is that I'm eternally grateful for the time and love we shared. At the end of the day, I'd rather live regretting a choice that I did make than go through life always second guessing myself. Going forward, I only ask that you show her nothing but support, since she always was the one who gave her all with understanding me and trying to work through everything. Thank you. That's where it started. Seems quite simple. Seems quite easy, right? Until it's not. So after the separation, Laura, who had supported Dantes the entire time, confessed how devastated she was. She was on Twitch live. She acknowledged on stream that she does not see him reconciling at this moment, despite her strong emotional attachment. I quote, "Right now, I would say no. I will not get back together with him," she said. "But I'm very emotional. If he comes back, I don't know. Maybe I'm still at a point where I'm too deeply in love with him, and I'd make the same mistake all over again. But it's okay. We're just humans. Everyone makes mistakes." That's a nice thing to keep in mind. Everyone makes mistakes. Especially with the stuff that's gonna happen after this. So basically what happened. This one guy, Tarzaned, I don't know him, made a video. Well, didn't make a video. He went live. And you might be like, oh, what did he do when he was live? I'll show you. I'll show you the video he put on Twitch. I'll show you. What he did was this.
You say you want to own up and be a man. Finally, this is your time to be a man and like own up to everything. That's what your tweet said, right? 1 month into the relationship, Laura was pregnant with Dantes' child, and when she's at her most vulnerable, scared, anxious.
Wait. He's here.
Laura, he let her fly back to Germany to get an abortion while he stayed home in Stream League, basically, is a TLDR. And that is the nuke, basically, just to show his character as a human being. And
basically that's what he said. That's what the guy said. So what happened was he leaked out personal information about their relationship. He had nothing to do with it. He did not have to write for that, right? He leaked out a very sensitive topic of Laura having an abortion. She had to fly back to Germany, where she's from, to get the abortion. he did not go with her. She had to go there alone. She had her mother there and her sister. She had people there, so she wasn't totally alone. This guy, Tarzaned, came out of nowhere, leaked their entire shit. Leaked the entire shit out. She didn't want that. He didn't want that. He had nothing to do with them. And then he tries bad-mouthing Dantes for not going with her, right? I get that. If that was the case, I would be angry with him too, okay? That would have been a very shitty thing to do, to prioritize your work, playing League of Legends on stream, over going with your girlfriend in her most emotional time of need, because an abortion is the most emotional thing you can go through, at least one of them. Probably not the most emotional, but this is on the top, as far as I know. That would be a fucking dick move. I agree. I agree with that. But we're not done. No, because what did Laura and Dantes together, I might add, respond to him putting this online? So here we are.
The ability to talk first, right? And then afterwards, I'll kind of like take over. Right?
Can I put this on that side?
Yeah, sure.
Let me find the moment that's important
Hello,
here.
everyone. Yeah, I don't want to make this a long thing or anything, because right now I think the last thing I want to do is actually be live. Dantes and Tarzan have their little boy fights again, and I was dragged into it. I really do not give one single fuck what they're doing.
Okay, it doesn't take too long.
But yeah, I don't know if any of you have seen Tarzan stream. Tarzan publicly, without asking me for my consent, talked about a medical procedure of mine. For the people that don't know, in December I got an abortion. And can you get me paper towels? And so what happened was that at the time where Dantes and I met, I wasn't on birth control just because I suffered from depressions from it. I guess a lot of girls that have taken the pills or anything know that they can affect your mood and anything. And so what happened was that I've been in over, I would say almost 6 years in relationships with different partners. Like one was 4 years, one was almost 2 years, and the other one was a bit shorter before meeting Dantes. And like you do that with a partner, I didn't use protection and I never got pregnant or anything. So for a long, long time, I thought I was infertile. So when I met Dantes, I told him about it, and I was like, well, over years of being
is fucking shit,
sexually active, I never got pregnant. So what are the chances, that you
I feel like she doesn't need to explain.
Someone new and are sexually active with them, and then
she doesn't need to explain why she got the abortion, honestly. Why does she feel like she is supposed to explain to people why it went that way?
What happened, which in that moment, and that might have been my fault or whatever, that an abortion would 100% be a thing. But please remind you, at that time, we were not in a relationship. We were just like getting to know each other. I think it was like 2 weeks in. He and I went to Vegas and officially started dating. And it was supposed to end. I woke up one day feeling like migraines, my skin positive.
We don't need to hear about this.
Not in contact with my mom, but in that
Yeah, you don't have to talk about the abortion.
Done like as a procedure. And that was hard enough. I think Dantes can agree that for me it was really hard. I told him a lot of times that I don't know if that's the right decision.
What I know of this video, what I'm gonna tell you right now, is because I don't know if she's gonna say it in the video here, but I want to tell you at least. Tarzan, the guy, told people that he let her go alone to Germany to have the abortion, and he just stayed home because he wanted to play League, right? First of all, Laura asked Dantes to stay home. She wanted him to stay home. Why? First of all, not the most important part, very small part. He had a tournament in League that was really important for one, his career, and two, their income of money. Abortions aren't cheap, so can understand that money is also going to be in your head when you do that and you think about stuff like that. Second of all, she wanted Dantes to stay home because it would have been too much for her to take him with her. It was her idea. Dantes quit stream, quit everything he had after she was done with the procedure to immediately call her, ask her what he could do for her, how she was feeling, that he missed her, that he loves her, all that sweet stuff. He dropped everything. He was in the middle of a stream playing League, in the middle of a game. Dropped it all. He cared. He wanted to be there for her. They decided this together, and it was also their thing. And then to be framed by a 20-year-old little piece of shit. Oh no, 29. He was 29, by a 29-year-old. Mind you, Laura is 23. Dantes is 22. Tarzaned, who did all this shit, is 29. Where do you feel the fucking balls to talk about other people's relationships? But this is what they respond to that asshole now.
This is not my business. And for him to go online and talk about something that I haven't even felt comfortable enough to share with people is so disgusting to me, because I myself am not yet done with healing from that. Just in Brazil was the anniversary of 6 months of my abortion, and I was laying in bed with Dantes, breaking down, crying, because it was just the worst thing for me on this planet. Dantes had to deal so often with me sitting there and being like, I want my baby, I want a baby, I just can't deal.
Okay, basically that's enough of the crying, because this might not be very fun watching the whole time. So let's hey. So basically, dickhead Tarzaned framed Dantes into being a fucking asshole. She is traumatized now. She was already sad about the breakup. She cried so much about the breakup. She put so many videos online. She was so sacrificing for him though, and did a lot of things and put herself down to get him up. Basically, it was not the healthiest relationship, but they were happy together. So yeah, like she even said like beautiful stories about Dantes. One that I recall very nicely is where she, because of sexual abuse in the past, she told this on stream, has like anxiety panic attacks at times, and whenever she had that, when she was around him, she would just like clench up and didn't want to be touched by him. And what he did to help her with that, when that happened, when he was close, is he would grab her pillow and put it on the other end of the bed, on the wrong end of the bed, and like go lay down. So she did, and he would lay the normal way on the bed, so she had no human's face in her side, like close to her. And he would just tell her stories on end, like funny stories, making her laugh and just distracting her while she was laying there. And then whenever she was ready and felt like okay to, you know, feel touch again, because of how anxiety ridden she was, she would grab his pinky finger, like down at the bed, and just hold it for so long while he just talked to her and calmed her down. And that's one of the things that showed from her side that she told online, of like how nice of a guy he actually was. And now she has to deal with the breakup. And I honestly, I am agreeing that a breakup here was a good thing that happened, because this wasn't a healthy relationship per se, but they did really love each other. But now she has to has to deal with a breakup. And now this other guy comes after her ex, who she still loves, just gets exposed to the whole world about an abortion that she is still healing with. And all the stuff that comes with it. And now she has to deal with that asshole. Oh, it's just fucked up. And I hope things get better. I hope that guy gets some kind of retribution. And I hope they can recover from this together and that his career is not too much infected. They won't watch this. But you did. But they won't. But I want to thank you for watching. And maybe share this with your friends. Or with your family. Maybe your grandma wants to know how the world is doing. Maybe your grandpa. Maybe one of your old great uncles or aunts, or what if that random guy down the street wants to know? Share it with whoever you find. This was PyNews. I was your host, PyneappleMan. And I wish you very good life.
Hey, we have a lawyer in chat that says I can sue him. Yeah, I already know that I can. It's just on which parts I'm gonna sue him. What is a crime called you're gonna sue him for? I will not be talking in details. I'm just saying I'm taking legal matters. Because this is actually one too much. This is one too much, and he... You know, I always tell people, this is just a metaphor. I tell people that there are some individuals in this world that actually need to be with actions, punched in the face, literally get beaten to almost death with words or like the actions of their stuff to understand that they're actually in the wrong. Like some people just telling them you are in the wrong is not enough. They need to feel the effect of their actions to understand I actually did something, and I will give my best to make him visibly see that he did something that was way out of what he should have done or should do overall, and he's gonna have to take the consequences of the actions he chose for himself.
Well, Tarzan, since you wanted to air out everything, why don't we talk about your treatment of girls? Why don't we talk about the day? So he sits there and talks about this crazy truth bomb that he has. And he talks about how I mistreated girls in my past. Well, Tarzan, since you wanted to air out everything, why don't we talk about your treatment of girls? Why don't we talk about the day that you met your last girlfriend, right? That you literally had to kick another girl out of your apartment the day of because she was flying in. Why don't we talk about the fact that in Brazil, when you were sitting there and meeting up with a girl consistently that you knew liked you a lot, that you were also on Tinder at the same time, trying to organize meetups with other girls that Laura had to talk you out of doing because she knew it wasn't right. Why don't you talk about those things, Tarzan? Why don't you platform those girls? If you truly are one that wants to stand with the victims, as you so claim.